Okay, and here's Admiral Yoda, little Yoda, going through the snowstorm. Yeah, here's just a little sneak peek at today's snow and the doors to the studio. I just managed to shovel a little bit, but we are getting a lot of snow. And the Martin Mobile, the Julie Martin Mobile, is pretty much buried at this point, and storm's not over. It's gonna be going on till tomorrow. There's the studio in the distance, you can see it. Whoops. All right, welcome to MJ Hobby Corner, guys. My name is Martin, this is Julie, and we will be your hosts for this little informal chat.
Right.
That we do bi-weekly, and it's to inform you guys of what's going on in the channel. We talk about miniatures, we do a bunch of stuff.
Games, we
talk about games, we update you guys what's gonna happen.
Right.
And we do it very informally, just sit down and chat with you guys.
Absolutely.
So
welcome, viewers, and especially our new subscribers. Welcome. Glad you joined us.
Thank you so much for supporting the channel, and for those of you that are new, hopefully you'll stay with us.
Absolutely. All right. So first up on the agenda today, 5 parsecs.
5 parsecs from home. Oh my gosh. I'm having a ton of fun with that game.
Yeah, I know.
I did horribly the last game. And yes, it is partly my fault. But you know what? It's not all my fault. Janice is a crazy chick. She's a crazy chick. Janice just jumps out in the middle of, the open, cooks somebody, and then she gets shot. So, don't blame me for that.
What are you going to do? She gets shot.
Right? I mean, really. So now I have to replace Janice. Oh, my goodness. But,
so funny. But I didn't have a chance to watch this past game, but I did. I did watch you play it. You have a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a very ingenious little rule set. It reminds me of the old days when I used to play solo games. There was a solo game called Barbarian Prince. Any of you old-time gamers, if you've heard of Barbarian Prince, leave it in the comments. It was a really cool solo fantasy game.
Wow.
But it was a hex board.
Okay.
And you had your guy.
You showed me.
Didn't I?
Yeah,
yes.
You did. Okay.
And now, I mean, obviously, it's a dead game for many, many years. But you can, print it out for free now, and kind of, that's what I did. So 5 parsecs reminds me of that, just because you got to roll on the tables, the different events. But it's such a fun game.
Yeah.
But my viewers must be cringing because it's like, again, don't blame me. It was Janice.
Of course.
Janice is crazy.
You're blaming the chick that is no longer around to defend herself.
Poor Janice. Yeah, and I think I have one more guy in surgery. It's a mess. Last game was...
What are you going to do, right?
A lot of fun, guys. I highly recommend 5 parsecs from home. If anyone... I know there's a couple of subscribers that were thinking about it. I totally recommend it. And now the author added an expansion, a training pack.
Okay.
To the game. And basically it takes you through all the game steps little by little. So it's awesome.
That's terrific.
It trains you, and that's what I'm doing now.
That's good. That's great. So, Vanguard.
Vanguard! We love Vanguard.
We do.
Yeah, Vanguard's
really
so much
love
fun.
Vanguard. Yeah.
The whole exploding 8 thing,
Oh my gosh. Our last game. Exploding 8s were exploding everywhere.
Oh my God, yeah. We just kept rolling 8s and 8s and 8s.
Yeah, one after the other.
For you guys, I'm not sure how our subscribers join or if it's one video that attracts you or whatever. Check the playlist. I have a ton of playlists on the channel. There is one for Vanguard Kings of War. And our last game was the Night Stalkers versus the Basileans.
Right.
We're still learning the game.
Yes.
But I felt more comfortable with that game.
So did I. Absolutely.
Right?
It went much more smoothly.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to feel a little more comfortable with the rules.
Right, me too.
right? And I may stick with the faction a little more, but maybe one of us is going to switch factions in the next game.
Okay.
Or maybe both of us. We want to try.
I want to.
Yeah, you want to.
Yeah, I do. I want
you think
to.
you're ready to move on?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. And so we'll try
did
new
win,
factions.
after all.
You did. People must be asking themselves, if they start looking at our battle reports, they'll say, no, these games are fixed. She can't always win. Guys, I'm really that bad. No, it's true. I'm really that bad.
Oh, it's so funny.
But yeah, Julie's the champ in the studio, and that's the way it works.
And speaking of me being the champ, Oathmark.
Oathmark! I wanted to win that game.
I really wanted you to win that game. I mean, not enough to let you, but but I did. I was kind of rooting for you.
Yeah, I was rooting for me too, and I bet some of my subscribers, the people that are following our Oathmark games, are probably going like this, like, you know. But hey, this time though, one of our subscribers, the last Oathmark game we played, it was the first one of this trio military expedition, and he said, you know, mix in some living individual. I do listen to comments, by the way, depending on how they're construed.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as they're respectful, which
everybody.
everybody is.
Yeah.
We've only had a couple of problems with trolls, but you know, they're trolls. What are you going to do? But for the most part, so this person suggested, you know, try a few living. And I did do that this time. I added some gnolls, which really were the human line breakers.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Love those.
We use the stats for human line breakers because we're not going to make up stats or anything like that. That could unbalance the game, and we don't want to do that. So I used the gnolls, and then I used a wraith.
Yes.
Which was totally new for me.
Yeah. Ichabod.
She names them. I have nothing to do with that.
I do. Sorry. It
Ichabod.
makes it more fun for me.
Yeah, no, actually, absolutely. So yeah, my wraith, Ichabod. The wraith actually works really well in Oathmark. I think it's a scary piece, to be honest.
It is. Really.
You know, with that whole shadow form thing and everything else.
It was cool though.
It was cool.
Yeah. It was
and a very cool miniature, because we're going to talk about Rune Wars in just a second. And that wraith was a Rune Wars wraith.
Right. Yeah, I remember that you told me that.
It's a pretty cool creature. But Oathmark, I lost again. What am I to do? The last game, by the way, before we move on, I will be uploading the part 2 to that game. But as you guys can see, we have a big snowstorm. We're in the middle of a big snowstorm. I don't know what the internet's going to be like today. So I don't know if I'll be able to...
It's not good on a good day. So
Exactly. It's not good on a good day.
It's the truth.
We have a lot of problems with that. So I'm going to try to get that part 2 as soon as possible uploaded so you guys can see the other part. Because that was really the most exciting part of that game.
It was. Oh, most definitely. It was really fun.
It was a fun Oathmark game.
I love Oathmark.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, I like a lot of games, but Oathmark is, I think, my number one, and then Vanguard is close behind.
Cool. Well, take it from a new wargamer, and she does have experience because you've been playing a lot of games with me.
Oh, yeah.
But you are new to the hobby.
Exactly.
You know, you're new to the wargaming thing.
So I'm learning as I go.
Right, as am I. And
I guess we all are, really.
We all are.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, let's move on. That was our Oathmark, Oathmark summary.
Yes. Next up is Rune Wars.
Rune Wars. All right, well, I have a bunch of stuff to show you guys here. We're not going to go too in depth. I just want to show you a few things. This is our little display that we have for today, and here are several Rune Wars items. I went online and purchased as much stuff as I could because I know that eventually these models are going to be gone.
Yeah.
Right?
And you can use them for
anything you want.
Yeah, any game you want, yeah.
Exactly. Now, Julie and I, we've been using Rune Wars for Oathmark. This was the miniature that you guys saw in our last Oathmark game. Remember this guy, Julie?
Yeah, that's Wally.
Wally! Oh,
Wally Worm.
One of the awesome things about this miniature, notice the drool there. Very good detail. Check out that detail, guys.
It's great.
Right?
Yeah.
And I love the skelly on top there.
Yep.
You know, and so this is the, I forget what the name of their faction, but it's the undead faction,
Right.
of course. And this is their cavalry.
I really like the way you painted it.
You like it, really?
I do. I
I
think
don't
it's
like my
really cool.
painting. I'm sorry. I really don't like my painting.
You
but
are insane.
I don't.
Seriously.
It's tabletop quality. I do like the color. I tried. The reason why I painted it this color is I was looking at centipedes
Okay. Yeah.
online.
Sure.
And so I based it on the centipede that I was looking at.
Makes sense. I love it. I do.
Right.
I think it's awesome.
It's a beautiful miniature,
It
too.
is.
I really think it is. There you go, guys. You can see a little more detail. All right. So you're going to be seeing this in a lot of our games. Now, what I want to show you guys is, now this is not glued, so pieces may fall. But check this out.
Isn't that awesome? Look at that.
I mean,
I can't wait to see it painted.
yeah, I don't know what colors. I may
Yeah.
color it like the box, or I may do it different.
Right. Yeah.
Now, what I want to say about this is some kind of Beastmaster, the
Right.
dude that's there.
Yeah.
And what I want to say, this is one of the game's hero expansions. There
Right.
you go. Right? And these will be great figures for like a demon army. But I'm going to be using these guys, believe it or not, as orcs, I think, in Oathmark. Sounds crazy, but because Oathmark, like their goblins, are a little more humanly proportioned. I
Okay.
mean, they're
Right.
ugly, they're goblin-like.
Yeah, but I understand what you mean.
But so are these guys, you know?
yeah.
They're bestial enough.
I love it.
I don't
love
care.
that. Oh, sorry. I love him.
Julie
though.
killed the
I killed
Beastmaster.
him.
I have not glued these guys
No,
yet.
but I can't
But-
wait to see it painted. I love that part of the miniature.
Yeah, the action, like the legs. and-
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Now, reason why I did this is because they pretty much snap together. Now, obviously, you have to glue them together.
Right.
But they snap together and stay on pretty well. So they go together. They're very easy to put together.
And it's a good solid miniature. It's
Yes.
Yeah, and
Right? Isn't it? It's a good chunk,
It
right?
really is. It's
Take-
take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
It's a
very-
nice chunky plastic.
It is. It's sturdy. You can tell.
Right.
And the detail is great.
Oh, I love the detail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now these minis, they were a little bit big, but this is a creature, you know, a humanoid. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the factions in Rune Wars yet, but I mean, look at that. That's not a bad mini.
No, that's a really cool mini.
And you play for some of these boxes, you'll pay like $12, right? So I would grab them before they disappear. I'm a collector as well as a miniatures gamer, and I collect miniatures, and so this is just, I don't know.
It's terrific.
It's terrific.
Yeah, it really is.
So each of these hero expansions, right? These are the things you get later on. First, you start with your big box. If you don't mind passing me that.
Sure.
This represents one of the armies, a starter army, right? And then this has a ton of stuff inside of it.
Right.
You get all the stuff you see back there, and all these miniatures. I think I paid $20 for that, $22.
That's
for a starter
insane.
set.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. I love the artwork on the cover.
You like that?
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah. Yeah, an interesting faction. So we're going to be using these as demons, as orcs, as, oh, God knows. We'll give them so many different uses.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the best part of them.
So you get your stat cards and your ability cards and all that stuff that's necessary for Rune Wars. You also get all these tokens. Look at all those nifty tokens.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you have to put together the dial. Rune Wars has this interesting kind of dial-like system. Again, I don't know too much about this yet, but this is what you use to keep track of all your stats, basically.
Right. I
Right.
like that.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
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 So I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna like the game Rune Wars, but we're gonna try it.
Yeah,
you
we
know.
probably will.
Yeah. You get instructions with all the
Right.
minis. That helps.
Sure. Yeah.
you get some fluff about the faction.
Love the fluff. That's my favorite part.
Fluff is the favorite part.
Yep. Fluff is the best.
And then you get some things that you need to know about the dials, right? Some extra abilities and all that stuff. So if you don't want to play Rune Wars, and that's not what you're getting it for, then I mean that stuff is extra, unfortunately.
Right.
You know, but it is an interesting range. And check these out.
Those, I know. Those are so cool.
Aren't those cool?
They really are.
Like almost like some demonic centaurs.
Yeah. I mean, I love the miniature because you can see so much detail already.
Right.
And once you paint it, it'll be even more.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a nice solid, again, a nice solid.
Nice solid piece. Here, I'll let you hold those because since Julie will probably be using these in her nature armies. And then these are the foot troops of this faction.
Another really cool mini.
Aren't they?
Yeah, it's really cool. I 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
2 thumbs up for these, I think.
And like I said, these will make excellent demons, like in a demon army for Dragon Rampant or whatever. But I'm going to use them as orcs. They're ugly enough.
Okay.
You know?
You do that.
You do that, Martin. We'll probably use them in oathmark at some point.
Sure.
You know, and just to have something different.
I really like the minis.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really do.
Now, I have quite a few of these sets, and you will see these in our games. One of the things I love about Rune Wars, you get the cavalry dude, but then you get the same dude on foot.
That's great.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it really is.
Because you can choose, like, okay, I want to play him on foot, or maybe he falls off his mount or whatever.
Right.
You got the figure on foot.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
And the starter set, when you get the starter set, you get the rules, and then you get a sort of a rules reference where they break everything down. Now, this game uses the same core mechanics as the game X-Wing.
Right.
Which is by the same company. So, you know, just want to say that. And then you get a fluff book.
Oh, yay.
All this is fluff.
Oh, that's terrific.
Full color stories.
Love it.
So,
Love
again, if you don't want to play Rune Wars,
then don't. But you can use the miniatures
exactly.
for anything.
Exactly. So there you go. And that was our little sort of, we don't have an unboxing for you today, so that's pretty much what we wanted.
This pretty much was an unboxing.
Pretty much.
You just didn't open the box.
Right. But we have, we still have stuff packaged, and you know, that's how it comes. All of this stuff.
Yeah, it comes in these baggies. Yes.
Yeah. And they come in these little boxes. These are the expansion boxes. So.
Cute little boxes.
Cute little boxes. All right, and that was our segment of miniature talk.
All right.
So that was Rune Wars. I really wanted to share that with you guys. You're going to see those Rune Wars miniatures in a lot of our games. You know, I have quite a big collection of Rune Wars, and I still have to put models together and paint them and everything else. But little by little, you will see them appear in different games.
Absolutely.
So.
Yep, a lot of fun. So now, next up, the show and tell portion of our little chat.
Yes.
And I love show and tell. I really do. It was like my favorite thing when I was in school. I love show and tell. Anyway.
Well, right now we're going to update you guys. I'm going to summarize the sculptures that I've been working on. And sculpting has become a big part of the channel. It's going to be a big part of the channel. I'm going to have at least a project a week or a project every 2 weeks where I design a sculpture. And I'm practicing every day. Okay?
Yes, you are.
So my ambition is to get better and better with things.
Absolutely.
So let's check out the sculptures and where I'm headed with sculpting in the channel. Okay, so here are all the sculptures. Most of you guys, whoever has been following the channel and all of these sculpting projects, you have seen these already. I have videos on the various playlists and everything. Here is this project. This was phase 1 of the Deep Wars project.
Right.
All the sculpting.
The Deep Sea project.
Deep Sea project, correct. And of course, we are using these in our game of Deep Wars that should be coming up on the channel.
That is going to be so much fun.
Okay, so this is the ichthyosaur.
It is so awesome.
You like the ichthyosaur?
Oh my goodness, yes. And I love that one too. That one
The
is
ammonite?
really cool, yeah.
Here's the ammonite, and that's going to be for one of the factions. I don't know. Now, I haven't finished this one yet. Here is the deep sea fish.
That, I think, is my favorite.
And this is actually a placoderm from prehistoric times. I just added a few.
It's so awesome.
You like him? Here, you can
I
hold.
love him. Yeah, he's awesome.
He's probably going to be on your faction. Anyway.
Woohoo! All right.
Here
You did
is
such a good job on these.
a fish-looking dude. Another, I kind of made this up a little bit. You know, I used various...
Yeah, you just combined different...
Combined different things. And there's Weird Fishman.
Yes.
Who can be kind of a fish demon, too.
Pretty cool.
Right? And he has a
Absolutely.
spider claw there. All right.
And then this one...
And this is the first one I started with. And this is a diver that I sculpted. This was a very challenging figure.
Yes, that took you a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, it did.
It sure did.
But it was worth it because it's really cool.
Right. And there are plenty of videos on my playlist describing how I did this. But this was a tough one. And I may have more divers.
I love...
You love this one?
Yes, I love that one. You did that like a couple years ago, didn't you?
Yes,
Okay,
this is
yeah.
an older figure.
That's what I thought.
I just found this figure and I'm preserving it. I sculpted a mummy down there. Here's the skulls and then Anubis. Now, this was sculpted for a game that we will be playing in the future from Osprey Games. It's called Of Gods and Mortals,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. I'm excited to do that one.
Yeah, and it combines mythological gods with historical armies.
Yeah. And it's so cool.
You know?
It'll be fun.
So it's going to be a very cool game, and
Yeah.
I'm going to be sculpting the different gods. And here's Anubis. Here's a, like I said, an
Very cool.
older sculpture. But
Yeah.
I think it works.
It definitely works.
I think it
It's
works.
great. Now, I changed my mind about this being my favorite. That one's incredible.
Here is the griffin.
My griffin.
Your griffin.
Very.
Yeah. This is going to be in Julie's Nature Armies, Forces of Nature Armies. I have to finish the base, decorate the base, do a few touch-ups here and there. But I used a lot of ink washes on this model and some highlighting. It's very interesting painting figures from green, made from green stuff.
Yeah.
It like paints differently.
Sure. It looks different.
Yeah,
even.
doesn't it?
It does.
It feels different.
But it looks, I think it looks really cool. And that's why it's my favorite. Because you can tell it's different.
Yeah. Now, when I posted this online, you only saw the green figure when the wings were very flat. So I added all of these feathers here to give it a little more volume.
They look great.
Break up the flatness.
Yeah. That is such a cool minute. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
Gary.
Julie, I'm glad you like it because he is your griffin.
Woohoo.
And he's going to be used against me.
Woo.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
Yes.
All right, now before we leave, before we continue, we are now at phase 2 of the deep sea sculpting project.
Yes.
And phase 2 is all about terrain, making deep sea terrain.
That is awesome.
So this is one of the terrain pieces that I'm making. This is actually a humongous sponge growth. Okay, and you see the hole in there. It's like a chimney almost. Here are the worms. Those big deep sea worms with the feathery tentacles that come out. We have some algae here. We have corals that I made using different things. I actually use Christmas snowflakes and cut them up.
That's right. I remember you doing that now. Yep.
And I made these coral heads. And then I have more coral heads here.
It is really cool. I love it.
This was an experiment. It's a prototype. And this week, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see more of this kind of terrain.
Right. That's what's coming up.
Okay, and here's another sponge that I'm working on. You can see the giant seashells. These are some giant snails. And I'm going to do some pretty crazy things with this. So
I can't wait.
Yeah, hang in there, guys. You're
Yay.
gonna see some crazy things. We're gonna go maybe into a shipwreck. We'll do Deep Wars has a lot of ruins.
Right.
So we're going to we're gonna work on fouling our ruins. That
Okay.
is putting all these kinds of creatures on the ruins.
Okay.
So it looks like they're underwater.
That's awesome.
So they're not just plain ruins. It
Right.
looks like they're underwater.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, and we're also going to talk about coral reefs.
I love coral reefs.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yep. So that's
So
awesome.
that's going to be Deep Sea Sculpting Project Phase 2.
Mm-hmm. Phase 2.
Terrain.
How many phases are there?
Probably only 2 phases.
Okay.
It'll be a few terrain projects, a few videos, and then we're going to set up a table, show the viewers an undersea table,
Nice.
and then study up those rules.
Yeah, so we can play.
So we can play.
Yes.
All right.
Awesome.
I'm not sure how, subscribers, what interested you about the channel, whether it was the games or whether it was the building projects,
Right.
or the sculpting projects.
Right.
But any
Yeah.
of you that are interested, maybe in just the sculpting projects, there's going to be plenty, because I really want to get back into my sculpting practice, and so I'll have quite a few videos. Now, I have a special little project coming,
Okay.
and I'm not going to reveal it just yet, but
Ooh, suspense.
yes,
Okay.
a little suspense. I've been practicing sculpting vehicles on the side. So, and the trick to that is the armature. Very close, perhaps by our next bi-weekly chat, I may have a green stuff starship
Oh, nice.
that
Yeah.
I made. Okay, and like the starship, what I mean by vehicles is starships, navy ships, tanks, mechs, anything like that.
What games would those be for?
Well, the starships, I am planning to play a game called Full Thrust, which I have to introduce to you.
Yes, you do.
Or any number of indie starship games out there. We'll pick a rule set that you're comfortable with,
Okay.
and I'm comfortable with. I would like it to be Full Thrust.
Would it work with Gates of Antari?
Probably not.
No?
No, because Gates of Antares is more of you have infantry, you have armor. It's not, there's no starships.
There's no, okay, I got it. But Drop Zone.
Drop Zone, yes. Drop Zone you do have, but Drop Zone has its own starship game.
Yeah, and it's really cool.
Right, yeah.
So fun. I've been saying forever that I want to play that again. I want to, film it.
Right.
But we just don't get around to it because there's just so much.
Well, there are
to
a
do.
lot of
Yeah,
projects,
yeah.
and we are going slowly.
Yes,
Little
yes,
by
we
little.
are going slowly.
We will play Drop Zone Commander in the future.
Yeah, because I really like that.
Yeah,
game.
I love that game. Drop Zone Commander also has Drop Fleet Commander, which
Okay.
is a separate game, and those are the big, heavy starships
Right.
that are fighting in orbit around the planet, and they have some really awesome designs.
That's terrific.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the big starships.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, you probably haven't seen that
No.
version.
But it sounds.
Yeah, it's
It
really
sounds
cool.
like it's really cool and fun.
So going back, yes, I will be making my own starships using clay mixes, green stuff primarily. I think green stuff, pure green stuff, is going to work great.
Yeah, yeah. You love green stuff.
Yeah, I love
You've
green
always
stuff.
been a fan.
Procreate clay. So I'm going to be ready to show the first prototype by the next Julie and Martin chat.
Yay!
And you guys will see what I mean
Yeah,
by that.
yeah. But it's really cool.
Yeah. So
Like a
hopefully I could even have maybe a little tank that I'll sculpture myself. I'm not going to show it until I'm ready.
Of course.
So,
All right.
all right.
That sounds great.
All right, so moving on, guys. That was
Moving
my
on.
sculpting talk for
Right.
today.
Well, moving on. We are finally getting to something that we had been talking about. Play more sci-fi games.
Correct.
Right. So this week we're going to be playing Horizon Wars, and it'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, Horizon Wars is going to be our next spotlight game.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Uh huh.
Before we actually film the battle report. Julie and I want to do some practicing.
Right, mech training.
Mech training.
Mech training.
I'm going to put Julie through mech training. And then myself, because I'm rusty on the rules.
I'm actually looking forward to
Yeah.
it.
And then mech training with tank support.
Woo!
So look out for that, guys. It's just going to be a fun little video.
Yeah.
Kind of like a way for us to, it's not going to be the actual game.
Right.
It's just going to be us kind of training.
Right.
We're going to set it up as if it were a real kind of mech training.
Right.
Then add some tank support and maybe some piloting skills, some
Ooh,
aircraft.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So this spotlight game is special because we'll be filming several things.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, we're
so
gonna-
there's more information.
Right.
Really in this spotlight game.
Yeah, and I think it'll give us a chance to kind of train, make all our mistakes
Right.
in the training.
Yeah, I doubt we'll make all of them in the training.
Hey, it is what it is.
It
Look,
is. It is. But it will be fun to do it that way because
Yeah.
it'll get us used to the game.
Yes.
And then when we actually play, it'll go more smoothly.
It'll go better for
Right,
us. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Mistakes are always going to happen. And, you know, like I said, we're not playing tournament here.
No.
We try to get the rules right. If we make mistakes, we're
We'll-
sorry.
We'll correct them.
We correct them as
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just the way it is.
We are in it to have fun.
We're in it to have fun.
And
That
we
is the
do.
priority.
And we
certainly
do.
So look out for it. Mech training with tank support.
Woo!
And then maybe some aircraft. And then actually get to play a little Horizon Wars. And see if I finally beat Julie.
Oh, well, that would be interesting.
She was actually very good with the UCM when she played Drop Zone Commander.
Yes.
You played the humans.
Yes,
the
I
UCM.
did.
I played Scourge.
Right.
And she was really good with the UCM.
Yeah.
So
Such a fun game.
it was a
We
very
really
fun
have
game.
to work it in soon.
Working in it, yeah.
Yeah, work it into our
Yeah.
schedule.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, thanks that you mentioned that. With Horizon Wars, I want to make a couple of videos on terrain.
Yes.
I'm going to be showing you guys some junk that I collected, some plastic bottles and such.
Yeah, it's so awesome. Really.
And we're going to cut them up. We're going to make some buildings out of them, and I'll
Right.
show you how I do that. And
Right.
then and just use them in our
Yeah,
games.
absolutely. Yeah. Now, Drop Zone Commander comes with
Yes.
the building.
Yes.
And they're cool.
Yeah,
And
they're cool.
It's not bad.
Absolutely.
But it'll be better with yours.
Well, yeah, because you were referring to the buildings that I made myself.
Right.
A while back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. They were
Yeah.
and they got lost, right?
They
Somewhere
got
along the way?
damaged and
That is
lost
so
and
sad.
broken.
Do you have a picture of them?
I did show a picture in the previous Martin and Julie
Okay,
chat.
all right.
There's already a picture up.
I guess I didn't watch that one.
Yeah. Where were you for that Julie
I
chat?
don't know. Where was I? All right.
All right, folks. So yeah, a Drop Zone, all those things are
Mm-hmm.
coming slowly, and of course more fantasy games. We love fantasy games, so there will be more indie games and things like that.
Did you talk about raised platforms? Is that
Oh, yeah. Actually, that was what she's referring to, the raised platforms.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make another project. I'm not ready for it yet. I'm going to add to my sci-fi walls.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, if you haven't seen it, look for it in our playlist. I made these walls out of all kinds of recycled material.
Mm-hmm.
They're modular walls for sci-fi games. In fact, they're in our 5 parsecs from home
yes?
videos. And a lot of these walls have sliding doors. You
Oh
can
yeah,
open the
they're
doors.
so cool.
Well, I'm going to make new walls. And these are going to be different. And then I'm also going to make some raised platforms and catwalks and things like that.
Yeah.
So I'm planning that in my head. It's all going to be from recycled materials.
Yeah.
And
that's
then
awesome.
it has to mix with the walls that I already have.
Well,
So it
yeah,
has to
of
kind
course.
of work together.
Yeah, like not match, but I can't think of the word for it.
Like a set.
yeah,
Like a modular
yeah,
set.
Yeah,
And this way we can add variety to our sci-fi games.
yeah.
Because remember,
What?
Joseph McCullough, our favorite author,
Yep.
he's going to be adding Stargrave in April.
It's gonna
That's
be
coming.
so fun.
And people are very excited on the Facebook forums.
I'm
and
one of
everything
them.
else. Yeah, everybody's very excited about Stargrave.
yeah.
I'm doing some work here for Stargrave. I'm not going to show it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Stargrave doesn't come out till April. I already have it pre-ordered.
Of course he does.
Of course I do. And I'm going to be making some projects for Stargrave.
That would be great.
The other thing that really I am putting priority on is painting miniatures. I do not want to fall behind on my painting miniatures.
Well, I have to admit that I kind of fizzled out helping you, and I'm sorry about that, but I'm going to try to get back in here and help out.
Well, you're already an important part of this whole institution here that we have because you play the games, and that's a huge, otherwise this channel will be about solo
by
working.
yourself.
No.
Right.
Julie is a very big part of the studio.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Yeah, you are. She is. Tell her, guys. Tell her. She's a big part. Come on. Who else is going to beat me all the time and make you guys laugh and cringe and like...
Team Julie.
Team Julie. Ernie has a little
A
fan
little
base.
following,
Yeah.
right? He does. It's
Ernie,
awesome.
He's the Indrik that I sculpted for Julie.
Yeah.
And he has a little following.
Ernie has a following. I love
Yeah.
Ernie. Yeah.
Oh, God,
It's
Ernie.
so fun.
All right, folks. So is there anything else
I
that
don't
we
think
want to
so.
add?
Let me
Want to make
see.
sure we covered all our
Yeah,
bases.
no, I think we did.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all
That's
we've
it.
got today.
That's enough for the video. Thank you guys for joining us.
Absolutely.
As I said, things are going to be way behind this week because of big snowstorm.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful out there, though.
it is good. I got to get my butt out and shovel. As you guys saw in the beginning of the video, I showed you
Yeah.
where the studio is a separate
Yeah,
building.
and you had shoveled the path.
I shoveled the path.
It's covered.
It's covered.
Yeah.
And poor Yoda, little Yoda, our little pug. He's a pug mix.
He's a pug Jack Russell.
Pug Jack Russell. He's Admiral Yoda. You're gonna see him in the studio
He's so
eventually.
cute.
Yeah, but he's not having too much fun with all the snow. I
No,
don't think
he loves it.
does he? You think so?
Yeah, because as long as he has his little coat on, he just goes around.
just goes
Yeah,
around.
he loves to be outside, but
Yeah.
he shivers.
Yeah, he gets very cold.
He gets cold all the time.
Yeah.
So that's why we put sweaters on him
Yeah.
and jackets and whatnot. But when
Right.
he's covered, he loves the snow.
Well, there it is, folks. Thank you guys for joining, and
Many
we'll
thanks.
talk very soon. Welcome new subscribers. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day, and if you guys are in the path of the storm,
Be safe.
be safe.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.